ShieldMore, we in the building, man. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building, man. You already know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of the ShieldMore live show, man. I got my brothers in the building. Hammer, what's good, bro?
Not much, man. Fucking exhausted after this long ass day. What's good, nation?
Salute to little bro, man. Big bros down there. What's good? Wasted talent, or should I say supreme talent?
Oh, man. Hey, man, brother, I'm cooling, brother. I'm cooling, man. How you guys doing today, man?
Blessed, man. I'm exhausted too, man. Been working out, handling some stuff at the house all day. I just been busy with everything, man. But it feels good to be live and to be able to talk some Raiders football with my brothers, man. Salute to everybody here in the chat. No matter where you're watching, at Hammer's channel, Waste's channel, my channel, it does not matter. Just make sure you wipe them feet, break them thumbs, pay your bar tabs, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. We all have new goals right now we're trying to reach, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. It definitely gets us all closer to our goal of reaching that. You already know what time it is. Salute to Chris, man. Hope you are doing well, Graphk. Salute, man. Salute to Primos. Salute to everybody. Sin Cal, all my guys in the building. Today, man, it's going to be an interesting show. We're going to break down the offseason with Antonio Pierce as our head coach and Champ Kelly as our GM. So we're going to do a 3-round mock draft. We're going to do actually 3 of them because we're going to do 3 different scenarios going into the offseason of what we're going to do in the draft. And then we're going to get to free agency where we're going to let Hammer take over. He's going to be the salary cap guru. We're going to go out and pick up some free agency guys, but we're going to make sure that it fits the money that we have. And I knew Wasted. I seen that smile coming. I knew what it was. The Pause Olympics were already about to be in full effect, but I caught myself. But it's going to be some fun, man. And real quick, salute to Jayden Daniels. Just won the Heisman Trophy Award. I think he had like 5,000 all-purpose yards.
Yeah, crazy.
I think 50 TDs, somewhere around there.
Bro, he had like 4,900 yards, man, 50 TDs. He actually broke all of Joe Burrow's records. You know, that he had an amazing season. Shout out to all of the quarterbacks that were up for the Heisman, man. You know, look, there's some synergy behind Jayden Daniels and us, man.
Yeah.
There is.
Oh, even live. Antonio Pierce. You see it? He thanked Antonio Pierce today, as he received his Heisman Trophy. So he did also Marvin Lewis and who else?
Hugh Jackson.
Was it Hugh Jackson?
No, I'm kidding around.
No, it was what's the name?
Herman Edwards.
Herman Edwards. Yes. So, look, he thanked a few people, so I'm not going to get caught up in that, you know what I mean? But it would be interesting because Wasted, we were talking about this behind the scenes, right? Salute to, I believe, Q. He had an interview with who?
LeVar Arrington. LeVar High-Stakes Arrington.
Oh, shit.
The great Penn State linebacker, former New York Giant, man.
Break that down. What was said in that interview?
Man, it was a whole lot said in that interview, man. He was talking to Q Miller, man, and he said that, Antonio Pierce has some guys that he has slotted if he comes back that he's going to bring to the Las Vegas Raiders, and he's going to try to build the team kind of in the mold of the Super Bowl championship Giant.
Yeah.
He also said that, he already knows some of the players that he has signaled kind of in, man. Yeah. And he really gave a lot of juice to Antonio Pierce, and I don't think that it was a lot of bull crap because he's a former teammate.
Yeah.
And I quote, he said, "You guys got a good one in Antonio Pierce. He's not only a good dude, but he's that type of guy that he has fair opportunity. He'll definitely pull in the right kind of people." He told me the guys he's looking to bring in, and if that really happens, it's going to be an amazing addition to the team. You guys really get that from him if he pulls this together. It looks like he's going to pull together something very special here, and he's definitely positioning this team to have some type of success going in the future.
And
now,
I wouldn't be shocked.
Arrington said a lot of bullshit in that. He kept repeating himself, so I had to clean it up.
Okay. But I wouldn't be shocked. And would you guys be either if Jayden Daniels is one of those guys that he was talking about? I wouldn't be shocked if he said, I want to go out and draft a guy that I know what he's capable of. Everybody who doesn't know, he transferred from ASU. That's why he thanked Hugh and Herm, Marvin and Antonio before he went to LSU and ended up being a Heisman Trophy winner. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of smoke around that name going into the draft. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to do a few mock drafts today in different scenarios or whatnot. But once again, man, salute to Jayden Daniels. Hell of a season. I didn't think he was going to win it because of how they started the season, had a few losses. And I thought that they were going to allow that to dictate, who was going to win. I thought it was going to be Penix, like an easy call. You beat Bo Nix twice, give it to Penix. That like they're in the playoffs. It just made all the sense in the world that I thought, but you look at the stats and you see what's going on and ways to stop doing that shit. But you know what I mean? but real talk, I just thought that they were going to give, the Heisman to Michael Penix Jr. Over, Jayden.
Thank you. Listen, I know you're a big Penix freak, but listen. Yo, no, or the real. Look, the one thing that this shows me is that there's kind of a SEC bias. It's a little SEC bias, like
a little,
right? Now, the whole Florida State debacle, right? I understand why Alabama got picked over Florida State. I do, because Alabama went in there and they beat Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They beat an undefeated Georgia team, and that was the one loss Georgia had. So they're a one-loss team. If you can have a one-loss team and you have a one-loss team. Florida State doesn't have a win on their record that's as good as that win, and I understand that. But it just seems like it's starting to get a little out of hand with the SEC bias, man.
It doesn't matter, man. Hey, Notre Dame in 4 next year, man. Period, man. You know what I mean? So, hey, salute to Jose. Hope all is well, Graphk, Hammer, and Wasted. I wanted to bring the question up. What would you guys think of bringing in a guy like Marvin Lewis to be an associate head coach? I personally would love that. A guy that has a lot of success at the NFL level as a head coach, led the Cincinnati Bengals to the playoffs in the past a few times, with Carson Palmer and Ocho Cinco over there, right? I mean, he's had some success at the NFL level. I wouldn't mind bringing in a guy that Antonio can lean on a little bit in year 2, really year 1 as a head coach. I mean, I wouldn't have any problem with that. How you feel?
Mitty McMiddle, that motherfucker, bro. That guy was the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals for like 20 years, bro.
Yeah.
No.
And it wasn't until the tail end that they started actually doing something.
But he still has some success, man. I mean, he's been
was Lewis part of was he part of that Ravens coaching tree?
Yeah, he is. He's actually the first one. Yes, he was. He was the defense coordinator for the Baltimore. He was the first one to get blessed.
You know what? Actually, yes, he is, because I remember when he went to Cincinnati, a lot of those fans were in uproar because he stayed he went to a divisional rival.
I would consider it. Absolutely.
I would love it.
Look, see, the thing about it is just Marvin Lewis is detached from the NFL game, right? I don't want to start doing all these like little parlor tricks to make Antonio Pierce be successful. Like I would rather it be somebody who is in the National Football League and is like still involved in the National Football League. Marvin Lewis, a lot of his lack of success in Cincinnati, I don't know if it was him or whether it was the owner, Mike Brown, because Mike Brown is notoriously a cheap fucker, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I would prefer for Antonio Pierce to have guys that are in the league right now being successful.
You know what? Real quick, Jose, I might have to change my mind, because I think Marvin actually kept Gunther around for a while over there as the defensive coordinator. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, how many years was Paul Gunther the DC under
Like about
Marvin?
like 4 or 5 years. But the thing is, Marvin Lewis is a defensive mastermind. So he essentially,
Oh yeah,
it's like John Gruden being a head coach and having freaking what the fuck was his name?
okay. So let me ask you this: Would you send Patrick Graham packing and bring him in as a DC?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, and that's the thing. I don't need a guy who has been a GM and head coach coming around being a consultant. Guys like that are not going to come back to a National Football League team and have that kind of role. You know, Rob Ryan can do that because he never, coached at the highest level. He can come and do something like that. Marvin Lewis was the de facto GM. No one in the league had as much power as him besides Belichick and freaking Andy Reid.
Well, that may be a way to get him back into the fold, man. You know what I mean? Have him be the assistant head coach, get him a little pull, and then he can potentially find another job. I mean, Hammer, how do you feel about bringing in Marvin Lewis, like specifically as just a extra ear for Antonio Pierce? I mean, and with everything that we just said, we talked about the Paul Gunther effect. We talked about the Baltimore tree going to Cincinnati, the tail end, getting into the playoffs a few times. How do you feel about that?
As an extra ear, it's like kind of something that's on the fence, like in regards to, look, you can be in his ear a little bit, pause if necessary. And pretty much like if there's adjustments that maybe AP is not seeing, that maybe Marvin Lewis is seeing to make some type of adjustments on the field. Okay, cool. But like, don't overstep your boundaries or what your responsibility with that title is going to be. Because that's where it would be a problem for me.
I hear you, man. Salute to Max. Also, Jayden Daniels and Antonio Pierce. Daniels better wear a coat. He feels the autumn wind. I'm telling you right now, he's definitely going to be attached to the Raiders brand. Bless you.
Bless you.
Through the entire draft process. You're going to hear his name be tied to the Raiders all the way through April up until draft day. It just makes sense. I mean, the guy just thanked our head coach after winning a Heisman. It only makes all the sense in the world.
Do you think this is going to be something, though, now that his name is probably going to be thrown, like we're going to hear his name really attached to us for the next couple of months? Do you think that we potentially are going to have to trade up in the draft to get him now?
Yeah,
because I kind of think now he's got a Heisman under his belt. Like realistically, like he's going to be.
But realistically, most of those guys don't pan out. A lot of them don't pan out.
Well, I always say that, especially when it comes to a first-round quarterback, it's a crapshoot, and you don't know. You really don't know what you're going to get, and we've seen it time and time again, especially over the last couple of years. But like, I feel like they're going to go through the combine and really truly evaluate and see, like, try to really rank these quarterbacks. But do you think his stock just went up just as a result of winning the Heisman?
Yes.
Do you think he could be one of the first, like the first overall or the second overall now?
No. You know what's going to happen? Keep an eye on the Saints. Keep an eye on the Saints.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the hometown team. So, you know, you got that.
Keep an eye on the Saints because they're going to have to flip that contract at some point with DC. They're going to hold on to that, 52, 53 million hit next year, whatever it is. But at some point, they're going to that GM is going to have to stop playing tricks, mind games with the salary cap. And they're going to have to get a young guy that can develop. And I wouldn't be shocked if they went up and got him and had him battle it out because it'd be easy, right? It is a first round guy, so the contract is still pretty expensive, but it's not anywhere near what DC is getting paid. So you can bring in a guy essentially top 10 pick and battle it out with DC, a guy that's already won over the area. You know what I mean? Like it just makes all the sense in the world. And Jayden Daniels is from the crib, though, I believe. I think he's from Cali. But I'm just saying, like, he's already played down there in Baton Rouge, local guy. It just makes all the sense in the world. Salute to Ahmed real quick. If we get Justin Fields, we're going to talk about this. But Ahmed, I'm going to say this. Why would you trade Tay? Because that would literally be the best wide receiver that Justin Fields would ever have had in his career. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want to do that. Like, if you give up Tay, you're getting the first round pick. And at that point, guess what? You're going to get a quarterback. And at that point, you don't need Justin Fields, right? If you're moving on from Tay, you're using that pick to move up to get a Drake May, a Caleb Mays, Drake May, or one of these guys. Drake May or Caleb Williams. Simple and plain. So, no. If you get Justin Fields, you keep Tay. And we're going to talk about that here soon, Burton. Salute to you. And salute to my guy, man. Do we get, conditional thirds for Kelly and AP if kept? I don't think so.
I don't think so at all.
Yeah, you don't get any conditional picks for that.
See, this is it's the thing with New Orleans. New Orleans has their first pick. They have a second via Denver. They got a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh, right?
Mm-hmm.
They also have Derek Carr's albatross of a contract, right? That's not something that you can poo-poo. They've been playing wizardry to just fill the roster.
Yeah.
Right. To keep Cam Jordan and all of those guys. Right. Then they kept Cam Jordan. There is no way that the Saints can afford to jettison Derek Carr this season and or next.
No.
He will be the quarterback next year. And I don't think that a quarterback's in play for them. Right.
I don't believe that.
Not with the money that they put into DC, the money that they put into Taysom Hill. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. I disagree with Wasted. That is a team that can win now. They have a bunch of veterans on that defensive side of the football and offensively. They want to win now. If they're going to bench a guy for $53 million, they will do that. New Orleans don't give a fuck, bro. They're trying to win now. So if they got to sit the $53 million guy for Jayden Daniels to come in and win, they're going to do it, bro. I'm sorry.
Right. So you mean to tell me that a rookie's going to come in and take them to the Super Bowl, bro? That's asinine.
I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day, they got tickets to sell, bro. That fan base already hates that man. How do you sell that fan base Derek Carr once again? How do you do that?
They're going to say it's his second year. He's always better in his second year in the system. Graphk, look, let me tell you why you're wrong as usual. Now, this is the thing, man. The Saints might want to draft that kid, but they can't afford to. They're having a problem filling their roster out. They have so many big contracts, bro, that they're going to have to fill their roster out through the draft, and they don't even have the myriad of draft capital that they should. They're going to have to, then you got Michael Thomas, right? You got Michael Thomas, whose contracts will be coming off.
He's trying to get out of there. He's trying to get out. The way he's tweeting away and took his account, he's ready to get out.
His career's over. He can't really play anymore, right? You got Chris Olave, who's going to be coming up into a big contract.
He'll be a superstar.
Right? So it's a lot
with
going on.
Jayden Daniels.
Huh?
Jayden.
Yeah, look, Jayden Daniels, you got to look at it from this prism. For the Raiders, might not have to move up to get Daniels. It all depends on where he falls in the hierarchy of the quarterbacks that are coming out this year, right? Because you have Caleb Williams, Drake May, penciled in 1 and 2. That's a stone cold lead pipe fact, right? Now at 3, that's where it gets a little tricky.
Yeah.
Who's the third quarterback? Is it Penix Jr.? Is it Bo Nix? Or is it Jayden Daniels? And there are other people that are, I'm hearing JJ McCarthy might come out.
Mm-hmm.
So you could possibly have 6 or 7 draftable quarterbacks that could be taken. This could be a record. This could be like the 1983 quarterback.
Back to back type.
Yeah, it could be like that.
Yeah,
right.
No, definitely. But I'm just saying New Orleans is always in win now mode. There's a reason why they always go over the salary cap and find a way to work it. Well, not over, but they find a way to twist, turn, and get around it. Like, bro, they're always trying to win football games. You know what I mean? Like, they got a taste of the Super Bowl one year with Drew Brees, and they want that back. You know what I mean? Like, you already know, once you smell blood in the water, you out there. You know what I mean? You trying to get it over and over and over again.
No, and I get it. But the difference is that, the Benson family that's in charge now is a little different than the father. The daughter, and they are very, very fiscally responsible, right? They're fiscally responsible in a way where they're willing to pack the stadium. They're not necessarily trying to win a Super Bowl. 2
things real quick, Wasted. First of all, you're wrong. You're always wrong. Secondly, fuck the Saints. Let's move on. Salute to my dog.
You know what?
God
damn it, Graphk.
I want to ask you this question because I don't know. I've never.
No, I got it. I found it. It says the initiative provides that the prior employer club of a minority employee who's been hired by another team, so it would be the former team. We wouldn't get the compensation picks.
Okay, so if they went somewhere else,
if they went somewhere else and were hired, that previous team would get third round comp picks for 2 years straight.
Wow. So if Antonio Pierce went to coach the LA Chargers, we get 2 third-round conditional picks, and then Champ Kelly, the same thing with our GM?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that ain't happening.
Okay.
That ain't happening. So it's nothing to even talk about. Nobody else is going to hire Antonio Pierce as their head coach besides us. So
salute to Jose. Now, this facts. Salute to Jose. In the later rounds, I would like to get Zach Zinter. We talked about this a lot, Jose. That is one of the guys out of Michigan that I would love to go get. Sit him. I know he broke his leg in like 2 different places. Sit him for a year. I wanted to do that last year, you guys, with Andrew Voorhees out of USC. You know what I mean? And Baltimore did it. They were smart. They sat him for a year, and he's going to be back. He's going to watch him be an all-pro. In the third, and Drake Nugent, center of Michigan. Even though Zinter is injured, those two were dominant for Michigan's #1 offensive line in college football.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. The thing about Zach Zinter is so good. I don't think he makes it beyond. I think he could get drafted even with the injury in the second round. I mean, that's how good he is.
Wow. Okay. I'm not mad about that. Let's get this one super in real quick before we get to rocking about this blueprint. Salute to Wasted Talent. Our brother with a phenomenal thumbnail as well, an ode to one of the greatest albums of all time, The Blueprint 1.
Man, yo, you hating on my font.
Hey, yeah, I don't like
that. Listen, man, that's for behind it. You hating on my font, man.
Bro, how do you put Mount ShieldMore without a capital M and a capital S? I mean, how do you do that? Yo,
man, what are you, a fucking editor? You know what? Just go and fix it then. You know what? Graphk has OCD, bro. Look, I'm airing the dirty laundry. This guy is a fucking horrible person. Terrible. Yeah. I just want y'all all to know that, man.
Hey, punctuation, man. Punctuation. Salute to Quadre, man. My guy on the $20 donation. Daniels would be a godsend, but I would take Fields. And number 55 from Washington from the Huskies. Salute to my guy Quadre on the $20 donation. What do you mean? 55? Who's 55 from Washington?
I don't know. What's about the Washington Huskies?
Yeah, you said number 55 from Washington. That's a defensive player, right? Or is it an O-lineman?
Fields.
It's got to be a defensive player.
Yeah, defensive player.
Is that a linebacker? That looks like a linebacker number.
I think he's a defensive tackle, bro.
Is he? Okay. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Everybody's saying Wasted, but humbug. Wasted has been very upset lately. Wasted is a terrible person. Wasted is wrong. His thumbnail's that's crazy.
Yo, bro, it's crazy. It's not it's crazy. You must be seeing that in your hating ass mind.
Yeah. Oh, he's a guard.
He's a guard. Troy Fatanu. And he's from Henderson. So
okay, local guy. Okay. Hey, you know what, Quadre? Thank you, brother. I always love when you guys give us great comments and give us homework to do. We have homework to do now from Henderson. It makes all the sense in the world. I'm definitely gonna do my homework on that. Salute to my brother Quadre. Number 55, you just assume, right? Like
linebacker.
Linebacker. Yeah. You know what I mean? We got a lot of work to do before this draft. That's why right now, you guys, we're gonna do a 3-round draft today and talk about how we can build this team up with the blueprint for the offseason. All right, you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna do the mock draft last. Let's go to free agency. Let's do that. Okay. Do me a favor real quick. And chat, we need your help today, okay? Keep us balanced. Remind us how much money we have left to spend if possible. We need your assistance in this show because, you know, we're 3 old men, man. You know, our brains is they don't function the way they used to function, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I wish you would say something about what the fuck I just said, bro. You already forgot what the fuck you was going to say. See what I'm saying? So, look, we're going to do this.
Yo,
Oh, you got it? Okay, so you already got it. I had it.
Bro,
I had it.
You gave me homework to do.
No, I wasn't even thinking about it, bro. Now I'm about to attack you. Yeah.
Yo, all right, so look. Whoa. Okay, real quick. Salary cap next year. We are 10th in the league right now at $52.878 million. So we'll round it up. $53 million, okay? We have $53 million at this point to spend. So think about that. We have a lot of holes on this roster because we also got to go over our free agents too, Hammer. So bring up, if you can, on a separate screen, our free agents. So we can overlook them and see if you want to bring them back and blah, blah, blah. Is that who we got? This
is going to be what the 2024 roster would consist of.
Okay.
And it stands right now at 36 active players.
Okay. So we got dead cap down there.
Like the dead cap and shit, yeah.
Okay, and all that.
Tell me what you want me to go to, and I got.
Okay, real quick. Before we go anywhere, how much money will be allocated to our draft? We have a full draft. You want to say $8 million? 8, 9.
Might go a little higher because of
it was like 12, right?
Yeah,
I thought it was. All right. Well, we'll just say we have $50 million to spend.
Okay.
Let's just say $50 million. That's $9 million off. $9 million for the draft. Okay. What players, free agent wise, on our roster should we bring back in GM Hammer's thoughts? Like who should
do we have who's supposed to be gone? Like that's what I want to know, because that's where I'll have the better understanding.
Raiders NFL free agent 2024. Okay. So, and you can actually look up if you want, look up their market value as well. So JJ, first player. Josh Jacobs' market value at this point is $10.8 million. So he has a market value of 4 years, $43 million, average salary of 10.8, making him the 8th highest ranked, highest paid running back in the league. How do you feel about that?
You know how I feel about that. I'm gonna give him a 2-3 year extension.
Okay, so and mind you, there's ways where you can freak this and give them upfront cash and all kind of other stuff where you don't have to really take $11 million. But we're just gonna keep it straightforward. That's $11 million off the cap, bringing Josh back. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're bringing Josh back. So we had 50 to spend. Now we have a little less than 40. Let's just say $39 million left. Okay. Bilal Nichols. I'm letting him walk. How do y'all feel?
Well, Nichols, yeah, he can go.
Okay. We need an upgrade at both these positions, you know, at D tackle and at center. I'm letting Andre James walk.
Andre James, the same thing. Like I've been talking about that.
Okay. So we agree. I'm sick of watching him get dominated by all these nose tackle. Like, yeah, no. Jermaine Illuminor, right tackle, free agent, took a nice pay cut to come over here and be our starter this year. He's an unrestricted free agent. He'll be 29 next season. How do you guys feel about him?
See you later, Jermaine.
I love Maine. Good dude. Yeah. Bye-bye. Austin Hooper.
See ya.
I don't really think there's a need to bring him back. You can go draft another one in the later rounds or maybe even get a UDFA or bring Cole Fotheringham up. I don't give a shit. But yes, Austin Hooper has not done enough for us. I think his career is just winding down at this point. I think we can all agree on this, right? Amir Abdullah is going to be 31 next year. It's time to move on from him.
Yeah.
All right.
It all depends on the money, and he's only making 1.75 this year.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If they're paying him anything more than a half-eaten sandwich and a grape CNC soda, it's too much. He's got to go.
I would let him walk and go younger at running back, especially that third down back. You want a guy. Amir is not the greatest blocker. You want a guy the third down back that can be that guy like Jalen Richard that can definitely, get it done in the passing game and block. I'm not saying Amir Abdul is a bad blocker. I'm just saying you can upgrade and go younger at the position. Me personally, moving on. But this is you. This is your free agency, Hammer. What do you want to do? You want to pay him? He got paid 1.7 this year. So maybe you can bring him back for $1 million. You want to take $1 million off?
I would take $1 million off.
Okay. So
look, he's utilized heavily, more like in terms of like special teams, and he's been utilized a lot more recently as a third down back because obviously Zamir, I ain't calling him Zeus. He needs to earn that shit.
Yeah.
Zamir is not it right now. He's got no vision. He's getting stopped behind the line of scrimmage over and over and over again. I don't trust him right now, and this is year 2. I'm kind of already like at the point where I'm ready to get rid of him if I could.
Okay, so you bring Amir back, $38 million. We all agree Greg Van Rotten's out of here, right?
Bye. Fuck out.
Now, this is an interesting one because I personally would think about bringing him back for a year. Not a long-term deal, but he actually played fairly well for us. Adam Butler at defensive tackle. He'll be
why not? Why not? He can't clear the whole room out.
No, he'll be 30 years old next year. Remember this, you guys. Matthew Butler, Nesta Jade, and Byron Young are the only guys going to be under contract next year at defensive tackle.
I'd bring back Butler. He's been a dog.
Okay.
I'd bring him back.
Okay. What does that look like? He was paid 1.5 this year.
Probably get like a very slight boost if that was the case. Like realistically, like probably like 1.6, 1.7 for him.
Okay. So let's just say you want to put us to 37 million right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So we kept the defensive tackle. That definitely helps us going into the draft and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Carter. We got Trey Tucker. There's no reason to bring him back.
Gotta go. Get him the F out of here.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like at some point, you got to unleash Trey Tucker, whether it's in the passing game or even special teams. At some point, you got to utilize him way more. Move on from DeAndre. I like him a lot, but he's 30 years old. He'll be 31 next year. He was paid $1.5 million. Let him walk. Hammer,
I had Trey being our guy as a return man this season, so I would be perfectly fine with letting DeAndre Carter go.
Okay, let me get these supers in before we finish up what we got on our free agents. Salute to Joe. I am praying for AOC to ball these last 5 games factory so we can get a Newton or a Kool-Aid in the first round. DBs and DTs are a must for this team. I agree, Joe. I've expressed that same sentiment, brother, over and over and over again. Salute to you, Joe. Real talk. Salute to Bert. Once again, I agree with you, Graphk. I don't want to trade Tay. I like the win now move of bringing in JF and not wasting another year of Tay's career. Salute to my guy, Bert. Talking about Justin Fields. Salute to my dog. And salute to Sholo. My dog, if Bosa was released for a money dump, he won't be. Khalil will because of the age. Because of the age, I know Khalil had 15 sacks already this year. They will not move on from Bosa low. That is a guy, homegrown talent. They're going to keep him around. He's younger. I know he's dealt with injuries. They'll let Khalil Mack go before anything. So salute to you though, bro. But definitely, I mean, you got to take a look. But I mean, he won't be. Khalil's going to be the guy to be cut. If they're gonna cut either one of those guys, and they're gonna have to because they're in salary cap hell out there in LA with the Chargers. Salute to DeMarcus. Those Jimmy G and Chandler contracts effed up the cap. This is facts, bro. This is why we gotta kind of penny pinch a little bit talking about some of these upcoming contracts because of the Jimmy G post June cut, and then Chandler Jones. We still trying to figure out if that's detrimental to contract.
They're not giving us any grace on that one. We're gonna have to eat that whole contract.
Extend Jacobs. Who gets the franchise tag? So we talked about extended. Hammer already said 2-year deal. That's fine. Cool. Keep Jacobs. Who gets the franchise tag? I'm not tagging anybody.
No, I'm not tagging anybody either. Why type that kind of money on a player?
No, bro. There's no talent even for. We don't have a free agent that even possesses the type of talent to franchise tag him anyway.
We good.
Yeah. Salute to GA, my dog, and salute to Q. Last super. Use fan speak. It shows you who your free agents are and who you can re-sign or cut players. Then you can sign players in free agency. I'm definitely going to look at that. Hammer, bring that up if possible. Salute to my boy Q, man. Always helping the show out. Appreciate you, King. Salute. And while Hammer does that, I'm gonna keep going with this list. I think we can all agree on this. He's kind of played pretty well for us this year. Actually, shocking, right? But I mean, the age is there. It's 35. It'll be 35 next year. John Jenkins. Move on.
Dude's practically the same age as Wasted. Yeah, get rid of him.
There you go. Bye-bye. Jesper High Stakes Horsted will be a free agent next year. Tight end. He was paid $1.1 million this year. Be an undrafted free agent. Me personally, I like Horsted as a receiving option. We haven't utilized him at all this year. I'm okay with walking away from that. He'll be 27 next year. We got co-fathering him on the practice squad. I'd rather just bring him up and move on from Horsted. How do you feel about that?
Who do we have? You said fathering him?
Co-fathering him on
we can. Yeah, he can. But we're running right now with 3 tight ends. We get rid of them.
We can draft another one too. Remember that. We can look in free agency and look elsewhere.
Yeah. I'd let him go.
Yeah. All right. I agree with that. So we don't have to worry about that contract. Curtis Bolton, be 28 years old next year. He's dealt with some injuries this year. He's only paid $1 million. I know they like Curtis Bolton a lot. I personally would move on from him. I have a feeling that Antonio Pierce, former linebacker, would probably want to keep him around. What do you think about Curtis Bolton, bro?
He's a special teams guy at best.
Yes.
I'm good. No.
Okay. This is an interesting one right here. This is where it starts getting a little tricky here. Amik Robertson.
Bye.
Wow. Okay, so just let him go.
Sorry, Pitbull. You got to go, bro.
Remember who's under contract here right now, Hammer. Jacorian Bennett, Nate Hobbs, Brandon Faison guy has 1 more year.
How long's Tyler Hall got?
Tyler Hall, this is it. Oh, you know what? No, I think, did he sign a 2-year deal? He's not on this list.
So he's still there.
But I think he's a free agent. We signed Tyler Hall for 1 year. I don't know why he's not on this list. Chat, are we wrong? He didn't sign a 2-year deal. Sign a 1-year deal.
Fuck. What about Sam Webb? Do we even still have Sam Webb?
He's a UDFA. He's on our practice squad. Damn, bro. I would keep him Meek. I bring him back for a year. I sign him to a year deal. He was paid $947,000 this year, bro. I'd give him a meal to come back one more year. He's still 25.
Wait, how much?
$947,000 this year.
I can keep him for the same price. I'm not giving him any more than
Okay,
that.
so take a meal off. $37 million left to deal with right now. We signed Amik Robertson, who will be 26 next year, to a 1-year deal. I think he would do that. I don't think another team is going to look at Amik and lose their shit over Amik Robertson, but I'm cool with keeping him for a year. Let him have a prove-it deal. 1-year deal for Hall. There you go. Yeah, so Hall's only – I don't know why they don't have Hall on this list. I think we can all agree on this. This is an easy call. Justin Herron, gone.
Yeah, deuces.
No reason. He was paid $866,000 this year. Dude was hurt. Just Justin Herron's out of here. So this is interesting. I don't know. Maybe Spot Track is tweaking, or maybe no. He's a UDFA, so maybe Isaiah Palomau is a free agent.
That quickly?
Yeah, he's an ERFA.
Bring him back in.
Yeah,
Bring him back
please
in,
bring him
damn it.
back.
Don't allow him to go somewhere else and develop.
Yeah, because he will.
Or somewhere else, because
he
that's
will.
what's going to happen.
Yeah, because he will. And
I'm not.
you guys, you know how the UDFA thing works. You can construct those a little differently than usual. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to keep Hollum out. I mean, but what does that contract entail? Like, what does it look like?
It doesn't look like anything that's really going to hurt our cap. You don't have to back up the Brink Struck for Isaiah.
No, not at all. He doesn't even have enough reps to even justify that.
That's a couple of $100,000 contract. Make sure that you prioritize signing him early in the process before somebody else gets a whiff of what he got going on and brings him in.
What about a 2-year, $2 million deal?
Perfect.
Okay, so take $1 million off this year. We'll be at $36 million, and then another ERFA right here to finish off our free agents. Guard/center Jordan Meredith.
Gone. See ya. The F out of here.
I agree.
F out of here, Jordan Meredith.
Hammer, how are you feeling about that?
I'm perfectly fine with that. Deuces.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
drinking out of my chipped coffee and convo mug.
All right, so there we go. So now we have $36 million to play with right now. Okay, $36 million in free agency. This is before we get to the draft and all that, but we already paid our draft. We already took that money off the books. We are 36, and mind you guys, we can restructure a few deals. We can create a few more dollars if need be. Okay, but technically, we didn't really lose a lot of talent by moving on from most of our guys. Most of them were depth pieces. We can pick those up in free agency late. You can also draft some guys in the later rounds, and you can get some UDFA guys to potentially be depth pieces. So we didn't really lose a lot in free agency. Okay, so we're going to go off of what we have right now: $36 million. Okay, and Joe Nation, before I read that super, I want to bring this up on screen real quick. Boom. This is right here the list of free agents.
The master list. Now, come on, we got to get out of the quarterbacks.
All right. No. That's where it starts. That's where it opens. So it wasn't me that did it. They just know that's the most important position. Real quick, Joe, Graphk, if you could upgrade our 2 out of 3 positions, center, right guard, or right tackle, which 2 would you upgrade? Salute for all you do. Salute, Joe Nation. That's a tough one a tough answer, because they're all pivotal. Like across the O-line, you need all hands on deck. But right guard is the most. I think
center and right guard would be the 2 for me.
I like Mumford.
Center and right guard.
Yeah, I like Mumford, and I want to see what Dalton Wagner can do. Our young UDFA that's still under contract. He was on IR this year, so I'm gonna go like you said, center, upgrade over Andre James, get a right guard. Salute to Joe Nation, my dog. I like
upgrade the interior of this offensive line. Now you have that being the engine of the offense.
Yeah,
because Thayer Mumford's only going to get better. If you're operating under the prism that you're going to keep Dylan Parham and you're going to keep Colton Miller, the 2 things that need to be improved the most are the center and the right guard. It's a no-brainer.
Factory. All right, Hammer. You are the GM. Champ Hammer is in the building right now. What position are you looking at? We have $36 million to play with in free agency right now. Where do you want to go? All right, so you're starting at edge. Okay, interesting. I didn't think you were going to do that, but okay, cool. All right, so looking at edge, they have some of these guys are DTs. We know that they can move around. I know you can actually utilize Big Cat as a DE, but he's a defensive tackle. So there's going to be some guys that fit what we need on this list. Looking at this list, Leonard Williams, Danielle Hunter. I didn't know Danielle was going to be 30 next year. Carl Lawson, a guy that kind of fell out of favor and fell out of rotation out there with the Jets in that stout defensive line. Marcus Davenport, a guy I liked a lot coming out of college, but the injuries have just piled up and never worked with the Saints, and it's not working with Minnesota at this point. Jerome Baker, I don't even know. I can't even always fuck his name up. Romeo Okwara, Zadarius Smith, Yannick.
Hell no.
Chase Young he'll be only 25 years old next year. And potentially the Niners can just let him walk. And I think they still pick up a comp pick for what they gave up. It pretty much was a free exchange. They gave up a third-round pick. I think they get a third-round pick.
Nice if we'd have had that free exchange over here.
I know, bro, right? But I think the Niners don't. I think they let Chase go. I do, because how do you pay him nice chunk of change and pay Bosa? And then at some point, you're going to have to pay Brock Purdy. Chase, to me, is an option that you can actually look at. Danico Autry, former Raider, he'll be 34 next year. Calais Campbell, I think he's going to retire. Leonard Floyd is actually balling this year with Buffalo. He'll be 32. Charles Harris, Justin Houston. Is there any guys that look? Josh Allen out there in Jacksonville, another name that we talked about a lot that year when we took Clee, Bilal, Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham. Is there any guys that you see here? Brian Burns. I think he's going to break the bank. He'll be over $20 million a year.
Chase Young,
Chase Young. Yeah, Chase, realistically, Chase is the one dude that's got youth on his side. We can have this dude locked in for 3.
This can't be true.
4 years. What, his market value?
There's no way.
Why not?
There's no way his market value is 13.6.
Why not?
Somebody's going to overpay that.
Somebody might overpay it.
Somebody might not, bro. He's been injured a lot. And you got to see how this all plays out with San Francisco. He is auditioning for a contract. He hasn't really been on the field a whole lot, Graphk. I have to respectfully and disrespectfully disagree with you.
Okay.
F you.
F you too, bro. Salute the Lord, Buddy Bear. He said Tyler Hall was on the practice squad, then got caught up. That's why he's not on the list. Keep Hall, Butler, Jenkins, Palomau, extend Spillane for sure. Definitely extend Spillane. And we'll talk about him later on. Salute the Lord, Buddy Bear, for bringing him up, because that's definitely a guy that we need to talk about. Okay, so look, we drafted Tyree Wilson. At this point, you pay Chase Young. Fuck him then, right? You just drafted Tyree Wilson for nothing. If you're paying an edge rusher, you have Tyree under contract, and you have Malcolm Kuntz on a 1-year deal where he's trying to prove now that he wants another deal. Do you want to pay that kind of money for Chase Young?
Bro,
Yes.
I feel like an asshole because I legit just forgot that we have Tyree Wilson.
Don't listen to Wasted because he's stupid, bro. He don't know.
No,
listen, the one thing I'm not is stupid. You call me a lot of things, but the one thing I'm not is stupid. I fucking lost more brain cells than you've ever had. So I'm going to tell you something. Listen, let me tell you something. Good organizations make up for the mistakes in real time. They don't keep leaning into the mistake. If you're going to be a good organization, you got to realize that Tyree Wilson was a fucking mistake. And you bring in Chase Young.
Yo, did you do the scrub voice, but with the mistake?
He totally did.
That is the one. Hey, Andy, he stole your shit and he made it hot, son. He 50 cent your Ja Rule, motherfucker. I like
it hotter.
Make it hot.
Listen, bro, it's a mistake, bro. Bring in Chase Young. You can get Chase Young not on the cheap, but if the 49ers don't go as far as we think, and you start looking into his medicals, you can't back up the Brinks trunk for Chase Young. It's a reason why the Redskins let him leave, the Commandos, whatever the fuck they are. That's why they let him leave, because he's been really, really injury prone. He's got it reminds me a lot of another big time highly drafted defensive end. It reminds me of
Clee?
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 No, not Clee. God damn it. He knocked the dude's helmet off. South Carolina.
Yeah. Yes.
David, it reminds me of Clowney. It reminds
me
me
of
of
highlight
Clowney.
reel, and that was it. He was a fucking YouTube video, and that was it.
But aren't you proving our point right now, Wasted?
No, I'm not, because what I'm saying to you is that you can afford to bring in that third guy. You can afford to bring in that third guy, and you're going to need to bring in that third guy. You can't just go into next season and hedge your bet on your second pass rusher being Tyree Wilson.
But your third guy is Malcolm Kuntz.
Malcolm Kuntz or Chase Young?
Bro, Malcolm Kuntz. He's a cheaper option. He's a free agent that's fighting for a contract. You can go draft another edge rusher.
Bro, you bring in that kid like your life depends.
Even with the defensive tackle need?
Yes, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. You can go and get you a defensive tackle in the draft. You can get your defensive tackle and you bring him in. You could bring in Malcolm Kuntz as well. You got 4 guys. You got 2 starters and a backup. You got a guy in a rookie deal. You go out there and you go get Chase Young for a deal that makes sense. He could be one of the 3 big free agent acquisitions that you bring in. You can re-up Malcolm Kuntz. You don't got to pay Malcolm Kuntz a whole hell of a lot of money, right? Well, and then you go and draft yourself a defensive tackle.
The good thing is Hammer is actually doing the free agency, so what we got doesn't really matter. So, and thank God we're not going the way we're wasting.
I really feel like an asshole because I totally forgot that we had Tyree. But I will say this:
look, the whole day too. Appreciate you, brother.
If we do happen to get Chase Young, then you kick Tyree to the inside.
And that's what Jose just said. Kick him. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not converting him to defensive tackle. Just go get it, bro. That $14 million or 13.6 that you just paid, you can put 7 on top of that and potentially go get a Chris Jones or a Christian Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, now if you go do that, that's different. But
okay, but that's why I said hold your horses, King, because we haven't got there yet. You want to go in the mall, see the first store? This is wasted. Oh shit, there goes Champs.
No, that's not it, This is the thing that pisses me off. Nobody is looking at the fact that we, for fucking 3-4 years, every year we go and we spend every dime we have on the offensive side of the football. I'm tired of that.
That's cap. That's cap. 2 years in a row, back to back. We paid Yannick. He came in and played. We went and paid Chandler Jones. He played. Get the fuck out of here. Wait, and then we just drafted him.
One fucking guy. One guy. We always get one guy on the defense, and then we go and we bargain basement shop on the defense. How about we take more money and put it into the damn defense? We already got Devontae Adams. We already got all of these guys. Jacoby Myers, all these motherfuckers.
We have a defensive-minded head coach now. We have a defensive-minded. We have a defensive-minded head coach now.
Overspend.
We have
overspend.
Head coach now.
I'm just gonna keep saying overspend every time you talk,
bro. So whoever I don't even remember who it was. I think it was Q. Shout out to Q to use fan speak. So now Planet Raiders officially has a fan speak, and here is the most up to date information in regards to the numbers. The carryover is 8.2. Reserve for draft picks is $5 million, and our cap space is actually $20 million. 12.8 in dead money. Player salaries are 194 million.
Okay, well, let's go off of Spot Track right now. I feel like I could rely on them a little more than Ultimate GM right now.
Okay,
let's just go off of that. And to be real with you, 36 million sounds a lot better than
20.
So we'll stick to that right now. But if we had 20, Wasted would just want to go pay Chase Young for 20, and we'll just say fuck it and go into the draft like that. You know what I mean? Right. Why not? All right, let's do this. Salute to Jose. I'm not saying Tyree is going to be him, but Tyree could keyword could develop into a DeForest Buckner with the bull rush. I mean, bro, that would be that's a great thought. I just don't think that he's the guy that's going to do the same thing, transfer from DE to DT and end up being that guy. He has to have an additional, just because has a great bull rush doesn't mean he's going to be a great defensive tackle. He has to add more to that skill set as a defensive tackle as well.
The reason why I was against the Tyree Wilson pick, the main reason why is his pad level is always way too high, bro.
Agreed.
Way too high. He doesn't have the flexibility in his hips. it's a lot of things. He doesn't jump off the screen at you athletically. He's a specimen. Make no mistake about it. But on the field, when he got his pads on, he's playing against people. You don't see that quick twitch. You don't see the flexibility. You don't see that bend. I don't see a defensive end. Now, if you're going to put him at defensive tackle, that's a whole nother skill set. And then I don't really see a whole lot of the strength. He doesn't seem to be an overpowering guy. That was a bad pick. Hammer thinks it's a great pick. Hondo thinks it's a great pick. They think he could be a dude and all of that. I'm going to be honest with you. The only dude I see him becoming is a guy who's going to be bagging groceries in 4 years.
I can't wait until Tyree becomes that guy, because we're never, ever in life going to allow wasted. It's over with. When Tyree becomes that dude, oh, bro.
I pray he does. And I'll say, you know what, guys? I was wrong. Thank God
who
for
was
Tyree
right?
Wilson, but I don't see it.
Who was right? Who was right?
Yeah,
I will never say you were right.
Mr. Free Flight.
Why you like him? Because he went to a Texas school.
Mr. Free Flight.
No, because I watched the kid a whole bunch throughout his college career and
oh
saw his
my God.
intangibles.
If he came from fucking TCU, you like him. If he came
hell
from
no, I wouldn't. I hate him.
All right.
Wait, hold on. If he came from Baylor, he'd be the greatest thing since sliced bread. Get the F out of here, Hammer.
Who was the last decent player to come out of Baylor? Was that RG3?
No, it was a former defensive tackle.
Sean Oakman.
It was a former defensive tackle of ours that went to Chicago, is playing pretty good right now. Andrew High Stakes Billings.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yo, all right, look, defensive tackle right here. Would this be the next room? We still have $36 million. We haven't spent anything in free agency yet. We walked away from Chase paying that 13.6. All right. There's actually a lot of defensive tackles, but there's only a few, and the only ones that really matter, and be honest, have their market value on here. Okay, so there's a sneaky one right here. I've always butchered his name, Justin Madu. I don't know how to say it. 26
Medulla oblongata.
Yeah, basically, right. 26 years old, out there in Baltimore. He can be a sneaky defensive tackle to pick up this year. Chris Jones, we know, is a dog. He'll be 30 next year. He has 8 sacks right now, 17 QB hits. Phenomenal talent. DJ Reader has been having a pretty good year for Cincinnati as well. A sack, 7 QB hits. This is a guy that'll be 30 years old. He's the same age as Chris Jones. Fletcher Cox, be 33 next year. He has 3 sacks, 13 QB hits. He's playing really well for that Philadelphia defense also. Looking across the board, is there any names that you're seeing right now? Christian Wilkins and Javon Kinlaw. Those are 2 names because they're young, 26 and 27.
Give me Kinlaw. Give me Kinlaw, because he was a guy out of my radar a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I would take Kinlaw, but
that's cap. There's no way. There's no way.
I'll tell you right now, with Chris Jones, absolutely not, because he's going to be commanding like 24, 25 million on average.
Let me see what they're saying, because there's no way Javon Kinlaw can there's no way. There's no fucking way.
He's making 3.8 this season.
Yeah, but bro, he's played really well. There's no way he's going to command $5.4 million next year.
Annual salary, bro. So he can get a 4-year deal, like 40. He can get a 4-year deal.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, you think that a talent like Kinlaw is going to get paid $5.4 million annually?
Well, to me, I think it's more like 7-8 million. 7 or 8 million. I think they're being very, very conservative, like 7 or 8 million.
Okay. All right. Jayden Daniels mentioned AP. Yeah, we talked about that. Abstract is dope. Look like he may be a future Raider, man. He's going to be tied to us a lot. Salute to my dog, Abstract Raider. Okay, let's go back. Let's look at Kinlaw, because if that's Kinlaw, I'd grab him. I'd grab that contract immediately.
I'd rather take the younger guys right now for us.
Okay, so let's just say
we keep getting these washed and vets that have been in the league for fucking 6-7+ years, and they ain't cutting it right now.
Take Kinlaw. We got $30 million left. Okay. So right now we brought back a few of our guys. We went and got Javon Kinlaw. Let's look real quick to see what they said. Yeah, Chris Jones is going to be damn near $30 million this season.
I wish there was a way that we could put a dent into the Chiefs' little ethos they got over there by getting the Chris Jones, but it's just too rich for our blood right now.
Bro, $30 million annually, pretty much.
Did they give him more money this year just to
20.
show up?
Got him up to
Yeah,
20.
yeah. So we know what he's gonna be commanding. Fuck no, absolutely not.
That's crazy. So, but let's look at some more because we need a few because we allowed a few to walk, right? So, okay, this one, yeah, that's love Chris Jones, love what he brings to the table, but 30 mil, god damn. Let's see what DJ Reader has. 15.9. That's a little rich. I mean, think about it. Technically, you spend 20 million, you get 2 DTs. But I don't want to even spend 16 for a 30-year-old defensive tackle that has 1 sack this season.
We just had this conversation in the chat not too long ago, like between our group chat in regards to the whole defensive tackles in free agency. And I'm not willing to give 2 defensive tackles like 15 plus each. You're a terrible fucking GM if you try to spend a shit ton of money on 2 defensive tackles. You can give it to one of them and then get another guy that's in the ballpark of like 5 to 7 mil, if that. But I'm not.
So
you gotta have a number on that positional group.
Yeah,
your number per year should be probably about like $28 million for that entire positional group.
And I'm comfortable bringing in Kinlaw because of the salary cap implications, but also he's young. He has dealt with some injuries, so he is going to be fighting for that like real contract because he has dealt with some stuff, and he's been on that stout defensive line out there in San Francisco. So I'm cool with that. And to be honest, this is a little rich for my blood as well. Christian Wilkins.
What about Autry?
Nico Autry, we're being nostalgic again. You can get him for a fucking half-eaten sandwich. I'd bring him in. You know, Nico Autry's a good player, but he's getting a little longer than 2.
He doesn't even have
market value. What's his average?
Let me see. Where is he?
Because I saw him before. I just can't remember where
we talked about him previously. Let me see. You guys, if you see him, let me know.
Nico Autry's old, but he's productive.
Oh, you know what? It's because they have him under as a defensive tackle. His average annual is 7.1.
7.1. So you spend $12-13 million. You bring in an Autry and a Javon Kinlaw.
See, then you've mismanaged funds.
Yeah.
You can't bring in Javon Kinlaw, and you can't bring in an old guy and an oft-injured guy.
Autry's also going to be 34 years old.
Yeah, an older guy who's had a lot of snaps. Been in the league since 2014, 10-year guy, and you're bringing him in with a guy who's often injured. That's a bad metric.
Look, I agree. Bring in Kinlaw, allow Nesta J to develop, see what you have with Matthew Butler in the offseason off the practice squad, and see if you have anything with Byron Young, and you can go get another one in the draft. Hopefully Newton is there in the first round, and we figure out our quarterback position. We'll get there here in a second as well.
I wonder how much the Raiders have Nesta J Silvera in their plans.
I know.
He's not played a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, maybe Antonio's talking to him behind the scenes and say, I'm holding on to you. Let you develop. Let's unleash you when you're ready to go.
But you know how it is in the National Football League. It's reps.
Yes.
Now I know the guys ahead of them are playing a lot better, and they need those guys. But there should be some kind of metric where he gets a few snaps. He's not playing at all.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder what's going on there.
No, I agree with you, brother. Hey, corner. You think this is a spot, you guys, that we should look at in free agency, just to at least just check it out and see what's out there?
Take a look. Actually, I'd much rather look at the offensive line because corner is not on my radar right now as it pertains to free agency. I'd much rather.
It's your world, Hammer. We just living in it. So
I'd much rather focus on cornerback in the draft.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
There's never been a better time to get away.
What the F is that?
On the Hyundai you've always wanted.
It's
your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Why the hell are we doing Hyundai right now?
Oh, that was
get
you.
Away.
That's not me.
That was you.
It's me.
It's not you, Wasted. It was Graphk.
That F is going on here.
Yeah, man. We got ads popping up, man. All right.
I'm muting shit because I thought it was me for a second.
Hyundai.
Can you see any names on here, Hammer, that you're looking at and thinking maybe, just maybe? There's a few guys on there right now that have market value next to them. Connor Williams.
Check Connor Williams because this is a guy that I have been talking about for the last 3
Texas guy, Wasted. Texas guy.
I wasn't even remotely thinking that actually.
I like that they moved him to center though. I do.
We were just talking about that too in Miami. I think Connor Williams is going to stay with the Miami Dolphins.
But here's the thing, because when I brought this up, again, this was another conversation we had in group chat, and Andy said this dude is one of those guys that is just not disciplined. He's always getting hit for penalties. So I kind of stepped back from it, but at the same time, like, I feel like he would be a piece that's a little bit more solid than that of Andre James right now.
So a little bit better than
from what Andy was saying. I'm like,
and Andy knows O-line. He played it, so yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, maybe I should pull back from that. But I've also thought, like, hey, why don't we just put Dylan Parham at center and then look for another left guard?
Look, okay. I'm drafting a center. This is going to be a decent center draft. You got guys like Zach Frazier coming out of West Virginia, kid coming out of Michigan. I drafted center. There's no real need for you to go out there and spend. Like, I have positional groups for myself, right? If I'm being honest, right? If I'm not getting what I need in the draft, right? I have certain positional groups that I know I got to address after the draft, right? Because now free agency is after the draft, or is it before? I know they switched it.
Free agency is always before the draft.
Free agency's first, draft is after.
So, okay, they didn't switch it. I heard they were talking about doing that, right? So free agency's first. So if I'm going out free agents, there are 3 or 4 guys that are superstars that I have penciled in. And if I get them, then I make everything work around that, right? So if I'm operating under the prism that I get a Kristen Wilkins, right? Or I got a Chris Jones, because I know we're not going to get Chris Jones, right? I have to recuperate that money somewhere else. And the way I'm recuperating that is I'm drafting my center. I'm drafting my center for the next 10 years. I'm not spending any free agent money on any of these guys.
Me too.
What about a guard?
Let's look at guards. So the best guards.
Andres Pete, who's with New Orleans right now. He's making 11.5 this season. Kevin Zietler.
Let me just go specifically to guard real quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. So right here.
Andres Pete. Kevin Zietler.
Connor lined up as a guard. That's insane to me. Say that again, though.
Connor Zietler's kind of old. He's almost 34 years old, so that's a dub.
Robert Hunt out there, another guy that we talked about wasted off the phone in Miami. He's only getting paid $2 million this year. He'll be 28. That's another guy you can look at. His market value. And in Miami, our O-line has been actually really good, even though they get rid of the football so fast that it's like you don't really need shit.
Yeah, it's all fool's gold down in Miami.
Yeah.
What about Nick Allegretti out of KC? 27, close to 28. His average annual this year is 2.5.
Where's he at?
Nick Allegretti. I have it. I changed it to just guards, and he's on the list right now. He's under Graham Glasgow from Denver.
Okay, let me move up. Okay, I see him. Yeah. Be 27 years old. There's no market value on him, but 2.5 this year. So, I mean, and he's played fairly well for Kansas City, too.
I think it'd be a toss-up between, if we're looking at this from the standpoint of getting a guard via free agency, I would look at Allegretti. I would look at Robert Hunt if they don't bring him back.
Okay, so look at Robert Hunt. Are you willing to pay $8.5 million for a guard?
Must be doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, bro, they get rid of the ball in 1.2 seconds. You don't need to block shit.
Look, I think anything.
This is your free agency.
No, I hear you, bro. I think anybody other than fucking Bars or Van Rotten will fill that void with no issues. Like, those dudes are. I thought Van Roten was going to be the guy to step up and replace Bars 1, 2, 3, and clearly I was fucking dead wrong about that shit.
I don't want to keep this conversation going, but you have to think about it in ways that I think you'll agree with me on this, brother. If you keep Parham right at guard, you keep him at guard, left guard, right, and potentially, let's just say Dalton Wagner comes in as the right tackle. Mumford, you have him at guard. You potentially don't need to go out and spend any kind of money on a guard. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying
it's just a. I got you.
But you got to remember this O-line, this is a deep class. It's a deep class, guard, center, and tackle. I mean, preferably the interior of the O-line, the guard and center spot, there's a lot. I mean, outside of those 3-4 real great tackles, I'm going to be honest, it's not very deep.
Interior line special this draft. You can get guys in the 3rd and the 4th round that can come right in and start for you for 6 or 7 years.
Gabe Jackson.
So that's the thing that people don't realize. Centers and stuff like that, It's very rare that you get a center drafted in the first or the second round. The third, fourth, fifth round, that's where you load up on those guys, right?
Do you see us like going? Do you see us getting that, like drafting that many linemen, even if it's like late in draft, whatever the case may be? Like, do you really see us going that much invested into the offensive line?
I can see us invested because you got to realize this. If you look at where the weaknesses of our team lie, it is in the trenches. We skill position players, we have that in spades, right? If at the top of the draft, if we get a quarterback or we go out and we bring a quarterback in, that is pretty much what you need to draft. You need to draft people on the offensive and the defensive line and in the secondary. And last year, we addressed the secondary a lot. We brought in Marcus Epps, Chris Smith. We got a young safety. We got Nate Hobbs, right? We might need another corner, right? We drafted Jacorian Bennett. We drafted Jacorian Bennett. Like, yo, those things have been addressed. The linebacker position, we can stand to bring in some more young linebackers, but the thing that we are lacking on the most is offensive and defensive line depth and help.
That's why I understand where Hammer's going with this. I wouldn't be against bringing in Robert Hunt, a guard that would solidify one of the spots, and he'll be a starter from day one. And we don't have to rely on a rookie to come in and have to be the guy year one. And you got to spend this money. We got $30 million right now. We only have a few more positions. We're not looking anywhere on the offensive side of the ball, not looking at receivers, not looking at tight ends. There's no reason to look at any of that shit. All you got to do, we have certain positions that we can look at. It is corner, it is defensive tackle. I was shocked that Hammer went a right to edge rusher, but it's a need. I think it's the fourth or fifth biggest need that we have.
Because I feel like we need that the edge like balanced out. We can't just heavily rely on Max time and time again. Like, we need that other stud on the opposite side of Max, and right now it's killing us right now.
But this is the thing, though. If you know, I mean, interrupt, but the problem is that you got special guys all up and down this offense. You need special marquee box office players on the defense along with Max Crosby, bro.
Great.
And that's the reason why if I'm looking at my free agency pie money wise, I'm going out there and I'm taking a swing to the fence. I'm going to go get one of the 2 or 3 best players that play defensive end and or tackle right off the fucking bat. Because if you do that, that takes this defense from a middling defense to a special defense. If you put anybody that's anywhere close to Max Crosby on a line with him that has the same mentality he has, and has a like a skill set that'll help him and propel him forward, you have a monster defense right there. So to me, I would bargain basement shop and take my free agent money and go get a dude.
There's been times, though, like you said, with Chase Young, he's a wild card, Wasted. He's a wild card because I've seen him look like he has the best motor in the NFL. He's going to be this premier pass rusher, the next guy. And then sometimes it looks like he takes plays off. Then he deals with injuries. You don't see him for weeks at a time. That's me personally, brother. That's not an investment that I would want to put into a guy like that. I like Chase. If we could have got him this year and brought him in on that rookie deal and just kind of played out and see what it was, I'm with that. But paying $14 million damn near?
Chase Young is my fourth option. That's the prism that I'm operating under if I don't get Chris Jones and I don't get Wilkins.
Okay.
If I don't get those guys, then now
probably won't, because 30 million, 20 million. That's a lot of money.
No way in hell
this is the funny thing, bro. I'm that crazy where I would take a swing at one of them guys, right? And try to make it work after that. That's the kind of move that you need to make to propel this defense forward, especially if you draft well. You can draft your way out of hell with this team because this team is not that far away. If you're keeping, and this is me operating under the prism that we've gotten Jayden Daniels, right? Or we got Aiden O'Connell, right? We got Jayden Daniels, or we get Justin Fields, right? So we get one of those guys, right? So that's taken care of, right? We keep Josh Jacobs, we keep Devontae Adams, we keep Jacoby Meyer, right? We still got Hunter Renfrow, we got Michael Mayer, right? There's only certain holes that need to be plugged. And the biggest one is defensive tackle. If you go out there and get a star defensive tackle and you draft well around some of the guys that you have, you can be in the house next year.
Well, can I? Okay, look, remember this figure real quick, Hammer. 8.5. Okay, let's not take it off yet. We have 30 million. I want to ask. I'm going to bring something to your attention. I want to bring up probably my second favorite. My first is Chris Jones. That's clear, but we can't afford it. All right. I mean, we can, but we can't. I want to ask you your opinion on a guy that I wanted to go get before the trade deadline. It just didn't work out, and I'm wondering what y'all would think about this. Okay. This is my guy. I see a lot of guys on here. Yeah, Stephon Gilmore, blah, blah, blah. Jeff Okudah would be a sneaky guy, a guy that really never lived up to it, but looked pretty good in Atlanta. But there is a guy right down, boom, 24 years old, Jayden Johnson, a guy that picked us twice. So we're 24 years old, been in the league for 3 years, former second-round pick. All right. This is a guy that instantly becomes your corner one. Instantly. Then you have Jacorian, who can develop and be that guy, the second guy, or Jack Jones, right? You got Nate Hobbs that can stay in the slot, doesn't have to go anywhere, barring any injuries. This is my most realistic and favorite option in free agency, Jayden Johnson.
Corner room needs help.
24 years old. So remember, when you draft one, potentially he may be that damn age anyway.
And at the same time, Champ Kelly also has ties to him as well. If Champ Kelly is back as RGM, I don't see why we don't sign Jayden Johnson.
So you would sign a guy that is a good corner, right, for 17 million, but you won't sign a great defensive tackle for 20?
Whoa. We're not saying that. We're saying this. Jayden, first of all, I don't think he's going to command that kind of money. I mean, it may be a little rich, but
he's a corner. He's young. He's only been in 3 years.
Jayden's going to be a superstar, bro. He's been in a fucked up situation out there in Chicago. Jayden Johnson, I watched him at Utah, dog. This dude possesses like superstar ability. He just needs to be a lot.
Bro, this is the thing. I'm getting a defensive tackle. And I'm drafting a corner.
I only brought this up, mind you. Wasted. You're right. All I'm saying is I didn't think that Jayden Johnson's figure was going to be 17.1.
Do me a favor. Somebody clip that.
No, bro. You were right. Look, I'll say it again. Wasted was right. But I'd rather have a DT. But you need a corner, motherfucker. Like, so we're going to rely on Nate Hobbs, Jacorian Bennett, and Jack Jones, and then go get a rookie guy? Like, go get a rookie or a few of them and just hope they develop? At the end of the day,
I would love to get Kool-Aid in the first.
All right,
This
is the thing, right? It all depends because it's all open now, right? Now, say for instance, we do go get Justin Fields. We got a first-round pick,
which we're going to talk about soon. Definitely.
And then in free agency, we get Christian Wilkins. My first-round pick is going to be a corner. He's going to be a stud. And that's what I would do.
Okay.
And then I'm not bringing in a guy that could be great for 17
Bro, million. It's not could be great. That motherfucker is great. He's in a fucked up situation. He picked this off twice, bro. Jayden is a shutdown corner, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Everybody
you know how we evaluate talent, bro. Like,
no. Look, I like Jayden.
If somebody's cold, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I trust my brother's instinct. I know how the eye test with football. Jayden is on his way to being a star, bro. He's just in a fucked up situation.
Bro, listen, I like Jayden Johnson, but I don't know if dollar for dollar, right? This dollar cost average am I gonna take Jayden Johnson over a Christian Wilkins for 20 million?
I agree. That's
what I'm saying. If we're talking hypotheticals, I'm getting the defensive tackle because that's harder for me to get.
And it could be hypothetical, right? It could be their plan to move Tyree inside. We don't know. We don't know what the fuck Antonio Pierce and these guys have in store moving forward. We don't know. I'm just going off of what we have right now.
He's not going anywhere, bro.
Who?
Like, let's be for real. That guy is a stud. He ain't going nowhere. Chicago's keeping him. Jayden Johnson.
I believe it. I'm just going on. He's a free agent, motherfucker. He's a free agent. He's going to where the money is. Chicago has the most.
Wilkins probably leaving Miami either.
Oh, no, they'll probably franchise him. Bro, Miami will probably franchise him. That's why I don't think Wilkins is even a realistic option at all. I think they're going to be like, we're not letting our stud DT go anywhere. But Jayden, the thing was, there was smoke. They allowed him to go look for a trade before the trade deadline. They were looking to move him. So there's a reason why I'm looking at Jayden Johnson. He was allowed to go look for trade partners. It just didn't work out.
If he's floating around out there, then he's the number one corner that's available. Because like guys like Jeff Okudah and stuff like that, those guys they had a lot of draft pedigree, but they haven't done anything in the National Football League.
Yeah. And I'm not, you could bring in a Gilmore for a year, a guy that
No. We're done with that.
He fits the trajectory of what we're trying to do. You need young corners in today's NFL, man. You got to have these guys that can keep up with these fast Tyreek Hills of the world. You know what I'm saying? The Trey Tuckers of the world. You got to have guys that can do that. Like Jaylen is one of them guys. All right, so look, I just mentioned that. So 17.1. I'll go back. I'm going to show you some more corners real quick, Hammer, real fast. There's a slew of these motherfuckers. Jeff Okudah, right, on his rookie deal. It's over with this year in Atlanta. He's actually had a pretty good year this year, like real talk. He's played in 10 games, 569 snaps, 41 tackles. His market value next year is 14.7. So look, corners are just expensive. They're just expensive. I'm paying $3 million for over that 3 extra for Jalen Johnson all day, every day. Like real talk. But Hammer didn't want to look at corner. So we're going to get back over here. Where do you want to go, Hammer? Do you want to just put that 8.5 on there and say we have 22 million left for Hunt?
Look at the linebackers.
Okay. I like that.
I still feel like we need a cover, like more of a cover linebacker right now.
We definitely do, even though Spillane has been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
All right, right here. And remind you guys, some of these guys are more edge rushers than linebackers, okay? Like, it's easy to say, oh, shit, Danielle Hunter. Like, he's a guy that's going to get to the quarterback. He's not, outside linebacker, blase, blah. Like, look at the guys like Devin White, inside linebacker, 25. Coverage, I'm going to be real with you, that ain't his specialty. I'm going to be totally real with you. Like, if we need a guy that can cover or help us with the tight ends, getting on Kelsey twice a year, I don't know if Devin White is that guy.
Isaiah, high stakes Simmons, baby.
Are you still on that fucking train, bro?
That's right. You know what? You know it, and I know it. Isaiah Simmons would be with Patrick Graham, bro. Oh my God. Or if you can get him on a cheap, I would bring him in. Why not?
Well, he's not going to be cheap at all. He's
fucking terrible with the Giants, bro.
What about Josh Allen?
Well, he's more of an edge rusher. But a guy that we could have 21.9. God damn, it's $22 million a year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Just fucking the market value is just insane.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like shit. Like, and look, this year he has 14 sacks. 14 sacks.
I'll give you 2 off the top of my head right now. What about Patrick Queen?
Yep, he's down there. Another guy.
Drew Tranquil.
He has 4 sacks this season.
Drew Tranquil will be the guy. You can get him on the cheap, and he weakens the Kansas City Chiefs. That's addition by subtraction.
And mind you, Tranquil's not playing due to an injury this week. He's hurt. But
but Drew Tranquil, I definitely bring him in.
I definitely would too.
That right there, Stone Cold lead pipe fact. Bring him in. He's about $5 million. He weakens the Kansas City Chiefs. He could bring some knowledge into the building from the Chiefs.
Queen is not worth $17 million a year, bro.
Listen, they are smoking D&D.
Dick and dynamite. Let's go look at another name right here. That's a sneaky name.
Andrew Van Gringle.
Where is he? Oh, Josh Uche's right there too. New England, but like I said, more of an edge rusher. Where is the name that I'm looking at right now? I'm looking for a specific. I think someone in the chat just said his name as well. Where's Bryce Huff? Do you guys see Bryce Huff from the Jets?
The big Huff.
That screen.
Let me see. Bryce.
Bryce Huff over Devin Bush.
9.2.
3 years. Young fella.
Young kid.
25 years old, man.
Yeah.
Bring him in like your life depended on it. Bryce Huff, the Huffster.
Definitely would love to go with youth. Give me a guy that just got off of his rookie contract. I'm with it.
So Bryce over Hunt. Right? Okay, so now we're pretty much at $21 million. Okay. So now we got a guy with Bryce that's technically a linebacker, but he's a guy that can work the edge, get to the quarterback, right? This is a guy that is going to help Max a lot, right? Like he's not. This is a guy that I would like if you paying 9.2. Come on, dog.
Yeah, and somebody just said in the chat, look, if Aaron Rodgers is the de facto GM there and they're keeping Salah is not allowing that kid to walk out the building.
No, that's not true because they can't afford all those guys on that line, bro. They already have a slew of guys. Like, how can you afford to pay every single one of those dudes? At some point, well, Carl Lawson's a free agent. They're going to let him walk. He already fell out kind of out of the rotation. But Bryce Huff was a name that was mentioned a lot even before the trade deadline.
But it does, that's the media, right? In actuality, him being as young as he is, as productive as he is, that's the guy you don't let walk. Carl Lawson's the guy where they're going to make up that money. And I think Mekhi Becton is the guy they're probably going to jettison on the offensive side of the ball against some money.
Well, remember this. They have Will McDonald. They're going to have to pay him soon, right? They just paid Q a shit ton of money. They have other guys that they're paying up and down that defensive line, bro. Like, they have a need for offensive line. They need O-line bad to protect Aaron Rodgers. You think they're going to go out there and spend a massive amount of money to bring Bryce Huff back when they need guards, tackles, and a shit ton of shit out there to protect Aaron?
Well, if they don't go out and make a move for Devontae Adams and we're operating under that prism.
Right here. They just got Jermaine Johnson. Remember, Florida State guy. Like, and McDonald. There's no need for him.
I see Salah doing what he did with the 49ers, stockpiling defensive talent and drafting people on the offensive line.
But he was never a head coach in San Francisco. So.
I know that, but I'm just saying that San Francisco, they've always stocked. He runs the organization similar to the way that he's trying to run on is similar to the way the 49ers do. 49ers have guys up and down that defense.
All right. So we're taking
what was their GM though? This is a conversation we've had in regards to the Niners and what they've done over these last few years. What was their GM?
John Lynch.
Yeah, and what was he?
He was a fucking safety. Of course, we know that.
He's definitely fucking building that shit based upon defense. Like a former defensive player, a defensive fucking Hall of Famer. Like, this dude has done the right things and he's put the right weapons on offense as well for them. Like, this is why I'm trusting in Champ to do something similar and having a defensive-minded head coach in Antonio Pierce. Yeah, they are definitely going to want to load up the defense a little bit more. We already have the weapons that we have on offense. It's just the main problem for us right now is the trenches, and they're going to have to address it quick, fast, and in a hurry. If they have to do it through free agency first and spend a nice amount of money, I'm for it. But it's got to make sense, and these guys have to be able to fucking do the job.
Yo, real quick, man. Shout out to the Laker fans celebrating a fake-ass championship. Salute to you guys, bro.
My God.
That shit is hilarious. That shit is comedy gold to me right now. You guys are celebrating a fake championship.
Bro, you know what's fucked up about that, though? LeBron James, right? If he would have lost it, they would have been like, oh, he's 4-7 in the finals. Right? And then he wins it. Oh, another Mickey Mouse championship. The fucking guy can't win, bro.
They were winning for money. And at the end of the day, California taxes, all those players leave with an additional $200,000. Congratulations. And that's a big bag. Don't get me wrong, but you won some money. You did not win anything. That does not mean anything when the postseason happens. Y'all going to get cooked again like y'all did last year. So it is what it is. So, yes, I'm a Laker hater. I'm a Kings fan, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you are filthy with that shit, bro. It's ridiculous.
Oh, man, shut up, Nick. Nick?
Yeah,
fan. You fucking Knickerbocker. What?
Yeah. Listen, but you know what though? I'm a huge LeBron James supporter. I'm a big LeBron fan. I hate the way they give that kid so much hate. Big LeBron guy. That goes to show how fucking old I am, bro.
3 times, bro. I know you meant it. Pause. Salute to Omar. My brothers, hear me out. UTA not gonna happen. But I would trade Adams. You can't trade Jacobs, Omar, because he is a free agent, brother. One is pushing 30 with a $25 million contract, and Jacobs is going to want the bag. We can get a first, second, and a few top picks. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not getting anything for Josh because he's a free agent and he's moving on. I mean, if he moves on, he moves on. But Hammer paid him in this offseason. He has the GM at him. So he will be a Raider for the next 2 seasons under Hammer. But look, we've talked about the Devontae thing. And
No, they want him back.
yeah, oh, they definitely want him back. But if you can get a first round pick for him, you have to sit back and say, like, let me just at least think this thing through because the Jets are gonna have a high pick.
No,
high pick.
I'm not trading him to the AFC.
I
Fuck
would.
that.
I don't give a fuck where he goes.
I don't give a fuck where he goes, as long as I get the proper compensation. It ain't
Bro,
like
and not even that. Like you're sending him somewhere where he'll be happy. He's going to Aaron Rodgers. Like,
will he be happy though? Will he?
bro, I mean, he's going to his guy, right? I mean, shit, that's the guy that they tried to make it work in Green Bay, and they had some success, but they never won the big one. So, I mean, hey, if he goes anywhere, it's the Jets or nothing. I don't see him going anywhere. The Jets are the only realistic option. And if they offer us a top 5 pick for Devontae Adams, yeah, I'm sorry, you guys, but 30-year-old wide receiver, top 5 pick. Salute to my guy. Love you, once a Raider, always Raider. Pew. All right, let's get back to this. We got $22 million. I don't want to. We're almost on an hour and a half. All right, what do you want to look at? We got $22 million. Okay, you got a linebacker right now in Bryce. Okay, and who else did you pick up in free agency? You paid a couple of our guys.
Fucked. I paid a couple of our guys, but did I could have sworn I fucking took someone else. Like I could have sworn we signed someone else.
Instantly, you looked at edge. You didn't bring one in.
No.
But now we got Bryce Huff. We got Bryce Huff, who's a linebacker and the edge.
And we're not taking Jalen Johnson, right?
Look, me personally, if you get Bryce Huff and Jalen Johnson, that defense looks phenomenal moving forward.
Give me them. Just give me the let's fuck around with this. Yeah, we took Jalen Johnson as well.
Okay, so now
I'm giving Jalen Johnson
17. Okay, so
no,
you got 5.
No. I'm giving him 15.
Well, we're going off spot track.
I don't give a shit. He better take 15.
You have $5 million left to play with, Hammer. 5. Okay, $5 million. So now we only approach defense. We got the linebacker Bryce Huff. We got Jalen Johnson, corner 1 from day 1.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. You got $5 million to play with. What do you want to do? You want to go look?
Give me that lineman we were talking about before.
Hunt?
Yeah, that's it.
No, because he was owed $9 million, right? Was
he? Find this shit.
I think he was owed $9 million.
Bro, we haven't even gotten through the draft, and we've been on for an hour and a half.
We'll just do one draft. We'll do one. All right, let me see. And I already have it up. Who the fuck am I looking for right now? So y'all ain't with the stamina on these shows, man. Y'all be ready to pass out.
Well, who, me?
Y'all be on some crybaby shit.
Nah, man, shut your ass up, man. I gotta go to work in the morning, bro. If I had to go to work, I'll stay here till 5 o'clock in the morning, man. I'm the oldest one here, man. I'm like the iron horse here.
Shit.
I work like a dog, work overtime, do YouTube, dad all over the place, go to the gym. God damn it, give me my respect.
Congratulations, motherfucker. I do the same thing. All right, let me see what we talking about.
But
you're right, though. I hear you. I know what you want.
It's 8.5.
8.5.
Hold on a sec.
All right, so let's do this. We're not going to get so detailed, okay? You had about 5 to play with. We can free up a few dollars. Let's just say we'll free up.
There's probably other players on our roster right now that we can get rid of and free up some money.
Well, you can also free up a few of those guys that we kept and keep a few of those dollars and just pay it towards Hunt, Huff, and Jalen Johnson. I think that's great because now you got a right guard who's playing at a high level in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
He's our starter. You got Jalen Johnson, a very, very corner 1 to me. And then you got Huff, a guy that is going to be a dog coming off his rookie deal. So I like that. I think that's how do you feel about that free agency period right there, Wasted?
I love it, man. I'm also currently while watching the show, I'm watching the Devin Haney fight too. Devin Haney is beating the hell out of how he's fighting, man. He's destroying Progress now. It's unbelievable. But I think we had a great free agency, man. The only thing that I don't like about our free agency is the fact that you guys poo-pooed, my edge rusher. You guys poo-pooed that. Chase Young is my Verone McKinley. He's my Javon Holland, man. Let me have it.
Pause. All right, look, Wasted. This is your bread and butter right here, King. Can you guys see it on the screen?
I fucking love bread and butter.
Oh shit! So Hammer put it up on another one.
Take PFF, bro.
All right. So but it's just you can't see that shit, bro.
I can't see none of this shit, bro. I'm too old to see.
I watch this. Boom. See how close it is?
Yeah.
I love the other one, but it is what it is. All right, let's do this. 3 rounds. We're doing 3 rounds. We're gonna keep this very simple. Okay. This is how you rebuild your team in the offseason. You went and got a right guard. Hammer got love it. Huff, love it. Jalen Johnson, love it. Brought back a few of our guys. I love it. Now here we go. What are you doing right here, Wasted? To
Go
help?
to QB.
Let me see. So you reject this, especially it's the Chiefs. We don't need to worry about that. We're only doing 3 rounds. All right. So quarterback right now. Newton is on the board. Defensive tackle. Remember,
let me see if Jayden Daniels is
Okay.
available.
He's not, because I see JJ McCarthy right there, so I believe he's gone. But think about this. We didn't get a defensive tackle. Oh,
So Jayden Daniels is there, right?
Jayden Daniels is available at 11. Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna operate under the prism that we went out and we got Justin Fields. So I'm gonna get Jazon Newton.
Okay. I like that. Now, round 2, this is what I want to see. I want to see something. We're going to reject this. We're going to reject this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go hit up the Bears. Where they at? I can't even see right now. NFC.
And you call wasted old. It's right there. This.
I don't know. I'm over here. See, I want to see. Damn, you can't hit players up.
All right, we traded a second in 2025. We got Jayden. We got Justin Fields. So now Michael Penix is still on the board, though.
Yeah, Tavondre Sweat is there. You can still get your defensive tackle of the future right there too.
We got Jazon already, so we're not going to double up.
Oh, I forgot. We got.
Let's take Michael Penix Jr.
Okay.
I know you're happy about that.
Oh, look. Pause.
A lot of Penix for you.
I fucking hate you, bro. Hey, this is an interesting pick right here because you can actually double dip and go get another defensive tackle. I believe Rook out there in Clemson has 5-6 sacks this year with Clemson. He's had a really big year for them. We can use a corner right here, right?
Okay, let's look at the corners and let's look at our guards, the best guards available.
The best corners available on this board is Carson out of Wake Forest, DJ James out of Auburn. He's a nice Christian Haynes, the guard out of UConn, is a baller. Zach Frazier's right there out of West Virginia, the center. This is where we would probably go get that guy. If you can, you go get the guy. 6'2", 310 is one of the strongest interior linemen in the country. He may not excel in space.
Life depended on it. That's a guy that I had, circle right there. So now we can move on from Andre James.
And you mentioned him earlier. I did.
So let's get him.
Okay, so boom. So that is our draft right here in the first 3
Quarterback of the future, stud defensive tackle, stud center. We addressed the trenches and we addressed our quarterback. That's the best case scenario.
Okay, now I like this draft a lot. But now we're going to operate under the assumption that Justin Fields is not a Raider. This is Justin Fields being a Raider, right? Or is it not?
Well, since we got Penix, it's him not being a Raider.
Okay, so it's not. So now we're going to operate under the assumption that we don't need a quarterback. Let's just say we gave up a second for Justin Fields in a 5th or some shit, right? This next one, 3 rounds, no quarterback. Cool?
I'm with it.
All right. So let me go back. 3 rounds. Fast. Boom. So this is under the assumption, you guys, that we traded for Justin Fields. Chicago Bears moved on from him because what the fuck is going on?
You kept going in the draft.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's one of them days. All right. Pro 3, fast. I didn't pick the Raiders. Boom. All right. Okay. Reject. All right. This is the time.
Kool-Aid time.
Newton is still there.
Still Kool-Aid time. I know if you're picking, you're gonna pick Kool-Aid.
Hell yeah. Kool-Aid.
No, wasted. This is you. I ain't got shit to do with it, bro.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Look, you know what? We're gonna go a little different. We took Jazan last time. We're gonna take Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Okay, but remember this. We just got Jalen Johnson. We just traded. We just got Jack Jones off the waiver wire. We have Jacorian that we're still building up.
I thought you said we got
No,
Justin.
no. We have Jalen Johnson. We went and got him in free agency. We paid him $17 million to be corner one. So do you really need to go get Kool-Aid right now when you need a defensive tackle?
Well, no, that's different. See, this is the thing. Who's our quarterback?
Right now, Justin Fields is our guy.
So how did we get Justin Fields and we got Jalen Johnson?
We traded for Justin Fields, bro. We gave up a pick for Justin Fields, but we went and got Jalen in free agency. There's no quarterback in this draft, Severe. No quarterback in this specific draft.
Fuck, man, you're taking away all my fun, man.
Gruden's coming out.
We gotta take Newton again.
Okay, I like that, bro. If it's the same shit, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I mean, Newton is mandatory, bro. He's right there.
Hey, man, you sure we can't take a quarterback, man?
All right. So technically,
see, that's the reason why, because I knew T'Vondre Sweat was going to be available.
No, but it doesn't matter because realistically, we lost the second round pick. We got right. We gave up a second, so we could pick whoever right here. It doesn't fucking matter. Just take T'Vondre Sweat, but he don't count. We gave up a second and a future third or fifth or some shit for Justin Fields. Okay, it's only the first and third round picks. So we got our guy. Oh, damn, Byron Murphy's on the board too.
Bro, there's no way he's going to be that low. That's fucking ridiculous, bro. I hate shit like this, yo.
I would stockpile
third round?
Bro.
Third round?
Bruh.
He's going to be there.
Bro.
Byron Murphy the second and the third, bro.
No, Byron.
I think he's going to be like the fifth guy off the board, right? He's like the fifth because you got the kid from Ohio State. You got Sweat. You got Jazan, right?
They got Sweat projected as like a mid to late second round, maybe an early third round pick right now, bro.
Yeah, I can see Sweat moving up though. Sweat is
too. But Byron Murphy is probably going to be available here though.
Okay.
Even though I was shocked to see him right there, but I'm gonna be real with you, he probably is because just like Hammer said, Sweat's the better player, and they haven't projected as a late round.
Go see how many guards we got. What are the guards that are available though?
Okay.
We are, we
remember we paid Hunt. We paid Hunt in free agency. We got Hunt at right guard right now. So you got to keep remembering what we did in the offseason already. We paid Hunt from Miami to be the starting right guard.
So we got our center. Okay. So you're taking all my fun away from me again.
Yeah, you have to. It's business, man. Now,
DJ James.
Look, to be real, I'm looking at Byron. I'm looking at Rook.
Yeah, man. You know what? Let me get Byron Murphy. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's boring. It's boring. Byron.
Byron.
Lot of mercy. Yeah, let me see some.
All the best players at this point outside of Cedric Gray out of North Carolina. We don't need a safety. There's a tackle there, Tylen Guy.
Let me look at some linebacker.
Okay. All right. Let's go to linebacker. Oh, Tommy Eichenberg is still there out of Ohio State.
I'm taking Tommy Eichenberg. I like Tommy Eichenberg.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Too.
Okay.
I was going to tell you to take a look at the list real quick and see where Sweat came off the board right there.
Let me see. Bucky Irvin went right before us. That's funny. The running back out of Oregon. Let me see. Sweat went. Damn, Penix went 48 to Chicago. These motherfuckers be tweaking.
Sweat to the Raiders.
Oh, he went to the Raiders. He's a Raider anyway. We picked him. Remember, we picked him.
Yeah, we picked him.
Now scroll down just a little bit because I just saw Jatavian Sanders. Who took him?
Jesus Christ, Hammer! I gotta go to work.
Up.
Go. Oh, right here. Pittsburgh.
Oh shit.
Boom.
They doing away with Fryermuth.
So right here, T'Vondre Sweat's not a Raider. Remember that, you guys. We traded that second round pick to Chicago. So technically, let's just say Sweat's a Bear. Okay. First round pick, Newton. All right, so this is what this draft with free agency looks like. And we want you guys to tell us how you feel, Nation. We went in free agency and picked up Hunt, right guard for the Miami Dolphins, paid him a nice little chunk of change to be our starting right guard of the future. We paid Jalen Johnson a shit ton of money, the young 24-year-old corner out of Chicago, to be our number one guy, paid him $17 million. Then we went and got Bryce Huff from the Jets. We paid him, I believe, a little not over $9 million to be our linebacker of the future, a guy that can get to the quarterback, play opposite Max. I like that. I like that move a lot. Now you go get Newton, defensive tackle, the number one guy out of Illinois at defensive tackle, and you go get Tommy Eichenberg, the linebacker out of Ohio State. I like that. I think that's a great offseason. I do. I mean, you added a bunch of starters and potential starters right there. I think Eichenberg starts immediately, to be real with you. I think you put him opposite Spillane. He'll be out there cooking. I mean, let's be honest. Divine Diablo really hasn't lived up to what we thought he would be. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I like that. I like that. This is Champ Kelly and Antonio Pierce. Defense. It's defense. We only got one offensive player.
And Weigenberg, he's a guy that can hunt from the linebacker position too.
Yeah.
So he can add another dimension to this defense. Look, man, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to plug holes with the draft.
Yeah.
We plugged major holes in free agency in the draft, and we're really kind of transforming the team in one offseason if we were to do things this way.
But the draft, you guys, we did two different drafts. I know this is confusing. Our apologies, y'all. We're kind of all over the place. The first draft we did was not Justin Fields. So we got Newton in the first round, and we got who do we get? We got Michael Penix Jr. in the second round. So either way, we got a quarterback regardless. We trade a second or we keep the second and we brought Penix, which I think we're going to have to move up with that second to go get Penix anyways. But either way, it is what it is. We got a quarterback. So starting guard, starting right, a starting corner, starting a linebacker in Bryce Huff. Then you got Eichenberg, another guy that can start for you potentially at linebacker. Newton is an instant starter at defensive tackle. I love what we did right here. We wanted to do something different, you guys, kind of evaluate where we were in terms of salary cap, space, and all that good stuff, and kind of go over what the blueprint could be if we keep Antonio Pierce and we keep Champ Kelly. And we did some Chicago things because of the Champ Kelly Chicago connection. We traded for Justin Fields in one mock draft, and then we went and got Jalen Johnson, a guy that Champ Kelly is definitely familiar with. You guys have anything else to say, man? I know you guys are on the East Coast time. You about to pass out and shit. What's up?
Man, this was a great live, if I do say so myself.
Definitely.
Look, I'm all about plugging holes.
Hey. I got one. I'm about to go plug right now. So
yeah, I know. you guys have a good night. About to go fill it to the brim.
Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Appreciate you guys. As always, we had some fun. Salute to my brothers, my ShieldMore brothers, man, brethren. It's always fun when we link up. Tomorrow, me and Hammer will be doing the watch party, you guys, for the Raiders and Vikings game. We will be live the entire game. And I want to say something real quick, too, real fast. Salute to my brother Hammer. So for those who have no idea what's going on, we secured a paid sponsorship for the Raiders Chargers game next Thursday. So you're going to see some interesting graphics on the page. You're going to see some things, but we secured a nice little bit of chunk of change for a dope sponsor at that, and it's football related, so it's actually dope. So stay tuned for that. But salute to my bro, man. It's great to see my guys elevating and see some things going up. Salute to them, and we're not going to say any names yet until that money hit that bank account. But salute to them. Salute to them. So
yeah, and I'll be doing the post game after the game is over. So you pull up. We have cookies at Raider Nation Unlimited.
Yeah, there you have it.
Yeah, you're working tomorrow, so you're not doing the pregame.
Yeah, nah.
And once again, we'll be live tomorrow on both channels, OLV and Hammer's channel, man, breaking down the game. We'll be watching it together as a unit. I already got all my stuff, my chips and all my shit together at the house. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow, man. So if you guys want to tune in with us, make sure to join us. I think the game starts around 3 o'clock Central, so 4 Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific, somewhere around that range. Come join us. Come watch the game with us. Come kick it with us. Other than that, man, love you guys. Appreciate y'all. And I got a plug. I'm sorry. I got to do it, man. AnyGivenSundaySauces.com. Go get you a OLV special edition hot sauce. They are now available right now. I'm getting great feedback from the nation, man. Thank you to everybody that supported. Hey, and real quick, I got to do this real fast because real quick, my apology. I know y'all want to go to sleep and shit. I redid the website, you guys, and I want to show y'all real fast what we got available real quick because I put something together kind of dope. I know a lot of people love the coffee and convo mugs, and they've been going like crazy. OakLosVegas.com, y'all. Let me see where it is. Boom. Right here. We have a new coffee and convo mug. Go check it out. I already know that they've been flying today. So I just want everybody to know what it is. That's a cold ass mug, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. It's cold as shit. But salute to everybody that's been going to grab them, man. Salute. I appreciate you guys for helping me make Oak Las Vegas and coffee and convo a staple, man, and what we got going on with the nation. So salute to you guys, man. Other than that, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. As always, you already know what time it is. You guys will see us tomorrow. Wipe them feet, break them thumbs, and pay your bar tabs on the way out. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. We gone. One.
That's what I'm talking about.